Hello everyone, and welcome to my tutorial on how to play Blade and Sorcery. This game just released yesterday, December 12th, so if you're watching this in the future, please be aware that some things have changed. I'm making this because there's a few things that weren't quite obvious when I started playing, and so hopefully this will help some of you guys feel a little less frustrated. And also, as you can tell, I only have the Oculus Rift, so I'll just be going over this system. If you have other systems, then I'm sorry, I won't be able to tell you exactly how your button layout works. Let's get started. If you click in the left stick, your character will jump. The longer you hold it in, the higher he jumps. So you can just tap it, or you can hold it in the you can hold it in the middle, or you can hold it down really long. If you click in the right thumbstick, your character will kick. And as far as I can tell, there's no difference between clicking it or holding it in. One thing that I did figure out, the kick depends on which hand you have forward. So if I have my left hand forward, my character will always kick with the left foot, and have my right hand forward, he'll always kick with the right foot. You have 4 holster slots available for your weapons. You have 2 on your shoulder and 2 on your hips. If you want to holster or unholster a weapon, you just reach your hand up and you click the grip button of the controller, and all you have to do is reach it up till you see right here where it says the holster slot. So this one says I have a sword there. I can just tap the button. When I want to put it back, I don't have to put my hand all the way behind my back. You can just reach it that far till you see the holster section, and then you can just right click and it goes in. But of course, if you want to be realistic, you can reach all the way back and do it to be more realistic. This is your dining area, and this is where you can pick your 3 different arenas. Right now there's 3, there's more in the future coming. And if you click one, you just aim like your crosshair star pops up there. You can just click one, you click your trigger, and it gives you a quick synopsis of like what kind of enemies you're going to fight in that area. If you move upstairs, you'll see the training area. You have a potion on the table here for health, and you have an assortment of weapons, a couple of shields, and over here some more weapons in a shield. To pick up a weapon, you just put your hand over the white circle area and you click the grip button and it picks it up. If you go into the options, you can choose toggle or hold. Toggle, like I could just click the grip button and see I can let go, my character holds it. If you do the grip button setting, that means you have to hold your grip like you're really holding it, and the minute you let go, your character will let go. And of course, to release, you just tap it again and let's go. Shields, nothing special about that. You just grab it, and of course, since this is a physics-based game, you have to block everything yourself. You don't have no special, like, you don't just hold it up and it blocks. You have to block each arrow or block each swing. For a bow and arrow, you just pick up your bow. You reach for an arrow first till the stupid dagger is always in the way. Get out of the way, dagger. So you just reach for right there till you see the word quiver. You just click once, you grab an arrow. You don't have to click anything on the bow and arrow. You just bring your controllers together like you're putting the arrow on the string. You pull it back, and then you tap the grip button. Ooh, headshot. Right in the mouth. Each weapon is physics-based. So if you have a 2-handed weapon, you don't get that much power. You have to use 2 hands to grab it. To do your thrustings and your great swords, you need 2 hands to swing it. If you want to adjust your grip on it, like you see my hands are kind of weird far away, you hold the trigger button of the hand you want to move. So if I want to use my right hand, I hold the right trigger, and I can slide my hand up and down. I know it looks really dirty, just pretend like you don't see that. So I can get down lower and jab. Or conversely, I can just keep this hand in place while I'm holding the trigger, and then move my other hand to move it up and down the pole. So some advanced strategies. If you want to stab somebody, you can go like this, of course, but it's kind of hard because you're kind of moving and it's getting all out of whack. So what I like to do is I like to pretend like it is a pull stick. So I keep my one hand forward and I hold the trigger down on that, and then I use my back hand to go in and out. See, it's much easier to keep control of it. I don't know if it does more damage but now instead of having to go like this and it moves back and forth, I can just bang, keep it in place and jab jab you, and not have to, go like this and all over the place. You have 3 different types of magic spells. The first one is lightning. To pick lightning, you just press either the X or the A button on the controller you want to assign it to. So I'll do both at the same time. You just put your hand over the magic spell. Right now there's 3 empty slots, so you just go over lightning and let go of the A button and it selects it. Go over here, let go of the X button and it selects it. And then you use the right trigger with an empty hand to activate it. When you don't have anything to shoot at, it still uses your mana, but when you want to aim at something, then you can see the lightning shoot out. To see your mana, you raise your wrist up about vertical, and you see the top red is your health and the bottom blue is your mana. See, I'm down at 50. Even though I might not be shooting anything, my mana is still going down pretty fast, so make sure you conserve your mana. And it's kind of a little wonky too, so it don't always work right sometimes, especially if you're moving it don't show up right, or if you're moving backwards. That's always kind of finicky for me, so if anybody has any pointers on how to make it work every time, that'd be appreciated. Your second ability is Slo-Mo, and this also uses mana. You just tap the B button, it'll always be the B button, and your character, you hear the slow down time, and you can see your character's walking slower. And then you press the B button again to get out of it, and you hear the speed up music. Or, if you run out of mana, it'll automatically cancel. Now, when you have a weapon, you want to... This isn't like your traditional game where you want to whack really fast because it's all depends on what weapon does damage. It's all physics-based. So if you whack too fast, your character's hand will go out of the way and your weapon will drag behind and not do much damage. So you want to do decently fast, but like natural, slow motions. It does better. When you're in slow motion, it's even more. So when you're in slow-mo, you do more damage. So you see when I swing my weapon, you can't just swing. Like if I swing too fast, like you see my sword just drags. It actually goes through my body. So especially if you're in slow motion, I'll let it charge up, my mana charge up a little bit. When you're in slow motion, you want to be especially careful that you do nice slow motions to make it work right. And now your third power is Telekinesis, and this doesn't use any mana at all. And this took me a few tries to figure it out, because in the menu you point like a gun and you aim at stuff. And this, to aim at something and pick it up with Telekinesis, you want to use it. Imagine like you're a Jedi trying to use force push, like you push your hand out like that to aim at something with pretend like your palm's aiming at it. So I want to pick up that sword there. I aim my palm at it till you see the white circle over the sword, and then you tap the grip button and it floats. And it stays in that spot. You can move all over. It's based on your controller orientation, so you can turn it around, you can turn it flat, you can turn it sideways, do whatever you want. Now, you can also bring it towards you and push it away. To bring it towards you, you push the trigger on the hand that you have levitating the object. And if you want to push it away, you press either A or X button. So for the right controller, you press A button. You want to stab somebody? Make sure you have the item aiming like a dagger. Press A, stab them in the face. You can also do it this way. It won't really always do that much damage. It's more like a knockdown. You can do it behind them too. And if they're coming at you, it'll knock them down. Like if you hit them in the head, it'll push them forward. You hit them in the legs, they'll flip upside down. And one cool trick you can do, so when you have it levitating, you can press the A and the trigger buttons at the same time. Or on the left controller, be the X and the trigger button, and your item starts spinning in air. And it stays spinning. You can let go of it. And you can push it in and out. You can hit people like a blender. You pull it back and forth. Now, when it's spinning, you can't grab it. And it does do a little bit of damage to you. Not always. Like it's clearly, I think, about hitting me, but it's not really doing any damage. But there's only a certain amount you can bring it towards you. And I don't know if it's dependent on difficulty or... Oh! See, 62. Sometimes I hit myself once or twice. It only does like 2 damage. Sometimes it does a lot. I'm not sure how it works. But if you want to stop spinning, you can just either press the trigger, the grip button to drop it, or you can just press the A and trigger again to do that. And if you pull it in all the way, your character will grab it. If you want to throw an item, you just make a throwing motion and then press the trigger button, or excuse me, the grip button to release it. And also, if you're doing your telekinesis, you can shoot it towards somebody. Like, just press A button to thrust your weapon out, and then just press the grip button to let go. And it'll go flinging. And one thing, too, last thing for the telekinesis, if you have it spinning, it seems that even if you get stuck on something, like say I get stuck on that wall and it's not spinning, as soon as I get it off the wall, it'll keep spinning. So that's kind of cool. Boop. Now, to use your potion, you just reach over, pick it up, use your other hand to pull the cork out, and this, like everything else, is physics-based, so you put it over your head and pour it down your throat, and you'll hear your character making a gulping noise, and you also see the edge of your screen flashing. See, now I'm at 77 with 98% left. Now, one thing that took me a minute to figure out, during combat, if you're running around, because the drink comes out actually physics-based, if you put it right over your head, you see it's leaving a trail behind me, it's not going in me. So I was not drinking, I was wondering why my health wasn't going up. You have to make sure you stand still, and you hear that gulping noise and your screen flash, that means you're drinking. Now, I've tried this and I couldn't get it to work. I don't know if it works or not, but you might be able to maybe push it like out in front of you and then walk into the stream and heal that way. I'm not sure, I couldn't get it to work, but it's kind of wonky. But put the cork back in when you're done so you don't spill it, and you can just put it anywhere. You can just let go of it. Now, your character does walk faster going forward than backwards. See, it's almost like a snail pace. And if you want to walk even faster, you can do a light running motion. It doesn't have to be hard, just a little bit. And I've done some testing. I don't see any difference. You can go as crazy as you want to. I don't know if it's just me, but you can also do like a hopping motion by throwing both your hands. And your character, I don't know if it's just me or it seemed to go maybe slightly faster than doing the running motion with your arms. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, post comments below and I'll see if I can update the videos. Bye.